Hi, Big Dreamers. It is episode 3, and today we have world-famous yo-yo champion, performer, and TED speaker named Black. Yes, that's right, just one name, Black.
You know, like Madonna, Sting, Pink.
But today we're talking to Black. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Dream Big Podcast Show. We're inspiring you to shoot for the moon, take aim and go. We bring to you amazing guests who truly love what they do. Every day they're living their dreams, and so can you. Dream big, take action to reach your goals. Are you pumped yet? It's showtime, let's rock and roll.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Dream Big Podcast Show. I'm your host, Eva Cartman.
And I'm your co-host and Eva's mom, Olga Cartman.
And today we have a very special guest for you, Black. We first discovered Black through his TED Talk, which has over 5 million views. And when you see it, you'll understand why.
That's right. Black is a world-class performer, considered the best yo-yo artist in the entire world. And if you go to our show notes at dreambigpodcast.com/3, you'll be able to see the link to the TED video and everything else mentioned in this episode.
We go over a lot in this episode, including how Black used a yo-yo to help overcome the bullying he dealt with in school, and how he became a world champion.
We also learn how Black invented an entirely new art form to keep his dream a reality and become the world's most well-known yo-yo performer.
For this week's free bonus, we have a personalized worksheet with a really fun brain teaser that will force you to think outside of the box to solve it. This one is super fun, and you can get your free worksheet where you can add your face and name at dreambigpodcast.com/3.
And that's also where you can find links to Black's TED Talk and website.
Thank you so much for listening, and let's get to our episode with Black. Bring it on!
Hello, Black.
Hi!
Hello.
Welcome to the Dream Big Podcast.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
We are so excited to talk to you today. My mom and I watched your TED Talk yo-yo performance.
It was very, very entertaining. And we like how you incorporated not only talk about the actual performance.
My favorite part was when you got the things on the table, but then you took the tablecloth out with just the yo-yo.
We actually encourage our listeners definitely to watch this video, and we will include in our show notes all the links, so they will enjoy that as well, I'm sure.
Can you start by telling us how you were introduced to the yo-yo?
Yes. So when I was 14 years old, there was a huge yo-yo boom in Japan. All the boys got the yo-yo, so it was just a toy. For me, I bought my first yo-yo at a toy store. Yeah, it was my first meeting with my partner.
That's great. So since then, you probably... How many yo-yos did you have since that time?
Actually, I have never counted my yo-yos because that's too many. I think that's less than 1,000, but I don't know how many hundreds.
Wow.
I got a yo-yo as a gift a few years ago on my birthday, and all I'm able to do with it is just fling it up and down. But that's the only thing I can do. How did you learn all those skills?
Did you did you teach it yourself, or did you go to school, like yo-yo school?
Unfortunately, there was no yo-yo school, so I learned first 30 or 50 tricks by a kind of trick book. During that boom, the toy company published the trick book, so I learned first 30 or 50 tricks from that book. But after that, I went to some of yo-yo events and recorded the performance of professionals. So I brought the video back to my home and I played the video so many times to imitate their tricks. That was my way to learn yo-yo tricks.
And how many years ago was that?
Well, 17 years ago, I think.
17 years. Wow. Well, it just shows our listeners that if they like something enough, there probably by now there is a book about it, or there's definitely article on the internet. And as you just said, Black, that you were interested in something and you went ahead and you started teaching yourself. So that's pretty impressive.
I know you struggled with bullying as a child, right?
Yep, true.
That's a big problem in the U.S. schools as well. And we are actually working to eliminate that. Do you have some advice to young kids who are being bullied?
Yeah, in my opinion, that's kind of natural reaction as a human. We human are scared of someone not similar to us. So we want to remove someone we don't know or we cannot understand. So even if you are in that kind of sad situation, that's not because of you. That's because of their weakness, I think. So I want everybody to trust themselves, and that means you are not weak, but they are weak. So you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be in sad emotion, I think.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a victim of it, because if someone projecting their fears on someone else and trying to bully, that just doesn't mean it's you. That's definitely true. Thank you so much for that advice, Black. I was wondering if focusing on improving your yo-yo skills help you at all at those tough times.
I think my yo-yo skill definitely helped me because of that gave me
Did it give you confidence, more confidence? Like
that's what I wanted to say. Before I met yo-yo, I had no confidence with me, but after I got some of yo-yo tricks, I learned if I trust myself and practice a lot and spend a lot of efforts, I could get anything. So that gave me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, in other words, you became good at something, and this gave you confidence to even show up in the world and a different, let's say, differently. So those probably people who bullied you at school now watching your performance and regret what they did before. But on another hand, negative situations in life sometimes help us, and a lot of times I want to our little young listeners and our big listeners to know that if something bad happens in your life, try to look at this from a different perspective, and then probably down the road, many years from now, you look back and say, wow, because of that, I developed those skills that helped me to succeed in life or become more confident, like in case with our guest Black. So that's a great example of, again, using what happens to us and turning into something great.
Once you reached the top of the yo-yo sport in 2001 at the age of 18, winning the World Yo-Yo Champion contest.
Mm-hmm.
What I find so inspirational is that after you reached the top, you realized that it was not high enough because there was no way at the time for you to make a living doing what you love. So you created a new kind of performance, which you shared at TED Conference. And now you are a professional yo-yo artist, traveling the world, sharing your passion and doing what you love. This is the definition of dreaming big.
That's definitely going together with our podcast.
Did you realize you needed to create this original act? And can you tell us a little bit about the journey?
Well, for for me, that was to find the definition of my life, I think. As I talked at the TED conference, after I graduated the university, I became a Japanese typical worker as a system engineer. But that was not the thing I really wanted to do. So I had really sad emotion at the time. So after that, I started to think what I really want to do, and also I considered about what I want to do in my life, and I thought I myself want to be happy. So I thought how I can be happy, and if someone appreciate me, I felt happy. So I wanted to help someone. So then who I can help or how I can help, I started to think like that. And I thought the yo-yo contest is held every year, and the new yo-yo champions are born every year. But unfortunately, most of them were not recognized from society, almost the same as me. So if I could perform in the venue has the value valued by society, I thought the image of the yo-yo can be better. So that's why I had become a yo-yo performer and started to improve my skill and try to perform in the place, something like Cirque du Soleil or somewhere.
What other art forms of skills that you incorporate in your performance? Because as we know, you're not only a yo-yo artist, but it's something more than that.
Well, there are so many elements, but all of them are something I like. For example, when you saw my performance at the TED conference, I think you thought I put some elements from martial arts, but actually they are not from They are not from the real martial arts. Actually, they are from some of video games. Do you know some of the fighting game Street Fighter?
We personally don't play video games, but I'm sure our listeners heard of it.
Yeah. The reason why I picked some elements from that is the game is fighting between two humans, but the movements are very cool because the company of the video game researched a lot how they can show martial arts really cool. So I thought if I imitate their movements and put them into my yo-yo performance, my movements would be very cool. So I try to imitate their choreography first, and then I put some of the tricks.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And aside from the yo-yo, what are your other interests?
Well, I like to watch some videos on internet to find the new ideas to my yo-yo performance. So yeah, I like to watch videos on YouTube or go to some of exhibitions.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to point out that what you did, Black, is absolutely incredible. You were thinking outside of the box, and before probably we saw you at TED Talk, we personally didn't know that there is such a thing as a Yo-Yo World Championship.
Yeah.
And what you did is not only you succeeded in your area, but you were thinking outside of the box. You took that skill and added other skills, and it became a whole show, something that will entertain, inspire, and will educate kids and adults about art of yo-yo and other arts as well. So that's incredible.
And
Thank
also
you.
for the kids who want to get started with the yo-yo, what do you recommend?
Well, are so many unbelievable yo-yo videos on YouTube or on the internet, but they were not born with that skill when they were baby. All of them had practiced a lot, and then they got their skills. So I want everybody to take it easy to start and have fun.
Yeah, have fun is the key in life in general.
You always need to have fun. You accomplish, have fun, and set big goals for the future. And speaking of accomplished, you've already accomplished many of your dreams, but I know you can continue to set big goals for yourself. For the future, what is your big dream?
Well, now I have two dreams. One is, of course, to improve my skill as a performer. But also, another dream is I want to encourage people. As I did, actually, I'm a first yo-yo artist in the Cirque du Soleil, but even myself, it was very difficult for me to trust I could do that. But as a result, I could do that. So there's no impossible in the world, I think. So I want everybody to trust themselves and chase their passion. So I want to encourage people in. I want everybody to trust themselves.
That's great. Well, and also I was wondering, maybe down the line you'll decide to open your school or your online classes where you can inspire other young people to master this craft. Because
Yeah, maybe that can become your third dream.
Yes, that would be awesome.
And if you go back in time and talk to your 10-year-old self, what would be the best advice?
As I said, I want him to trust himself, and when he faced some problems, you can solve that. So yeah, I want you to trust yourself.
And then Black, we already mentioned that you, of course, went through difficult times as a teenager and you've been bullied. And when you doubted yourself that you could do it, what made you overcome those fears or that incompetence? I know you right now just said that trust yourself, but back in the days, did you believe in that? And I mean, if you had those fears, what helped you to go past that?
It was sometimes it was difficult for me too, but for now I have some tips. The biggest idea I believe is think logically, and if you doubt yourself, think about the reason why you think that's difficult, and is that reason really cannot be solved? And think a lot and try to find the way to solve that reason.
Thank you so much. That's a
Thank
great
you.
advice. Well, we had great pleasure talking to you, Black.
And the very last question we want to ask you is, where can our audience find more about you?
Well, I usually update my news on my own website or Facebook page. So yeah, I want everybody to check my official website.
Great. We'll include all Black's connections to the media and website and Twitter or whatnot in our show notes, so they will definitely have that, and we'll tell them where exactly to get it, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Black. It was a pleasure talking to you. We will follow your performances and we'll follow your progress. And definitely, by the way, where do you perform? What countries with Cirque du Soleil? Do you perform in United States, Australia, Europe, Japan?
Actually, I've just quit from them, and for now, I'm performing basically in Japan, but also I travel all over the world.
Awesome. Well, I encourage our listeners to follow your performances, and when we are personally in Japan, we'll definitely check your performance out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
I hope you all enjoyed the interview as much as we did. I especially loved the part about Black using video games to inspire new moves for his yo-yo performance. I wasn't expecting that.
Me either. As we mentioned in this episode, you'll definitely want to see Black's TED performance. Head on over to our show notes at dreambigpodcast.com/3, where you can get the link to that video, find more about Black, and claim your free download where we challenge you to think outside the box with a fun brain teaser.
I really loved this challenge, and we had a funny illustration where you are jumping outside of a box with a light bulb in your hand that you get to personalize with your face and name.
Again, that's dreambigpodcast.com/3 to get this awesome free download.
This episode is sponsored by postpalclub.com. This is our own product we created where you receive 4 postcards each month, personalized with your face and name that you can mail to friends and family.
We came up with this idea together because Eva loved writing notes to friends and family, and my husband and I were loving that Eva was communicating the good old-fashioned way, with pen and paper, rather than just emailing and texting. So we created this fun product to encourage kids to use snail mail to delight friends and family with handwritten postcards. This is a family-owned and operated business, and we'd love for you to check it out. We have a special offer for the first month at only $1 with no further commitment. So for $1, you get 4 personalized postcards that are pre-stamped and ready to send to friends and family. So just like a quarter for a pre-stamped postcard. Please check out postpalclub.com/dreambig to take advantage of this special offer for a limited time only.
Our illustrations are super cute, so go to postpalclub.com/dreambig to at least check them out. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!
Bye-bye!